Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Kimmy. What about you? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. Shoot.
I guess I'm gonna start off by just asking where were you born and raised?
I am from Ohio originally, a little farming town, not too far from Youngstown, if you know where Youngstown is. And yeah, I grew up in a little farming community, small school.
How was it growing up for you? You had a
I mean, it's cool. It's like it's a very kind of narrow-minded only white kind of area.
okay.
So, it's not really my vibe, but I mean, I had a good, safe childhood growing up, not a
Yeah,
lot of exposure to anything different, but yeah, it was good and safe and all that good shit.
yeah. So what made
Mhm.
you come to San Francisco?
I went to school at Ohio State and discovered LSD and started having a lot of fun, and it opened my mind quite a bit, and I was like, "Oh, I should go to California." So I went to LA first actually and hung out down there for a few years, and then I came up here in like early 2000s, 2000, 2001, something like that.
Yeah. How are you liking it out there?
Oh, this is home. You know what I mean? I've been here like 20 years now. This is definitely
Oh,
home. I
okay.
love San Francisco. I never
Yeah.
meant to get stuck here, but here
Just
we
fell
are.
in love with it.
Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
imagine living anywhere else.
How was it in LA?
LA was cool. You know what I mean? Like being up here, we're supposed to hate LA and all this shit, but like I liked LA. I lived in Long Beach mostly. Lived in Manhattan Beach for a little bit. And it was cool. You know what I mean? It was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And I skateboarded a lot and like met a bunch of cool punk kids. And punk's not really my scene, but punk kids are cool. You know what I mean? And it was fun. I had a great time. I met a lot of like lifelong friends in LA.
Okay. That's
I
that's
danced a
good.
little bit. Yeah, I worked.
Yeah.
I was young, so I worked as a stripper. It was fun. I liked LA.
How long were you a stripper for?
Oh, a couple years. I worked at Fantasy Ranch and Fantasy Castle. I don't even know if they're around anymore, but I was not a great dancer. I'm a terrible dancer. Um, but like people liked me, and so I made good money. It was fun.
Were
Yeah,
you
it's
nervous when you
cool.
first started out stripping?
Oh yeah, dude. I was nervous about everything. I used to
Yeah.
drink a lot. I'm sober now, so I drank to deal with my anxiety or whatever. But now I'm sober.
Uh, you
I
had any
party a lot.
crazy experiences at the strip club?
No, but I no, but my boss was super cool, and I made a ton of money actually shooting pool at the strip club, which is like kind of an unusual thing. You know what I mean? Like, because I hated that like where you parade around on stage, you know what I mean? Waiting for people to pick you, like it's a cattle lineup. I hate that shit. So like
Yeah.
I would always get someone, I'd be like, pick me and we'll shoot pool instead of going for like a lap dance and blah blah blah. And like, it was cool.
Did
I
you
really
win
was
at
not a
pool?
good
Were you like a
dancer.
hustler or something, or they just wanted to hang out and shoot
I
pool?
was
And
okay, you know what I mean? I think they expected me to be terrible, and I'm pretty good. I'm not like a hustler, but people don't expect me to be any good. You know what I mean? Like I
okay.
can't go into like pool halls and run it. No, but people expect me not to be any good. So, and I'm decent. Pretty good shot.
So, when you left, I guess stripping, what did you do after that?
Then I moved up here. I moved up to the Bay and yeah, started bartending and finding people on Craigslist too. It was safer back then, you know what I mean? You could like use Craigslist to like find like sex work and find bartend, find anything, you know what I mean? In like the early
Yeah.
2000s. So I would do like, like Shibari, let people tie me up for money, which was fun and probably not safe, but here I am. I'm fine to tell the story. So, um, yeah,
Have you ever had
it
any
was,
crazy
it was,
experiences? Let somebody tying you up? Did they
no,
ever get
I
you
have
off?
been so lucky, and I am not religious, but I have been so lucky. You know what I mean? As
Yeah.
far as like finding people on Craigslist. Yeah, I found this one dude this one time who I would drive all the way out to Pittsburgh, which is kind of far, but I would drive out there from the city. I would go out there and he would just pay me good money to piss on him. You know what I mean? And cool stuff
Really?
that like, yeah, that I'm not like bothered by. But I mean, he could have been a total weirdo, but no, nice dude. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been really lucky. Mhm. Yeah,
Have you ever done any sex work? I guess through
like full
Craigslist?
service, like full
Yeah.
service. Yeah. I mean, yes. I haven't put up an ad yet. You know what I mean? Advertising that I do full service sex work. I have considered it. Um, More power to the people who are doing it. You know what I mean? Like I've considered it and we'll see, but I have definitely exchanged sex for money. Yeah.
Any crazy experiences with that?
Um, I mean, no, this a guy that I found on Craigslist, we used to just do Shibari, but then like I started fucking him a lot for money, which was great. And he was into some pretty kinky shit. He had a dope sex machine, which was nice. You know, one of those
What
fuck
was the machine?
machines. Yeah, one
Oh,
of those
okay.
fuck machines, which was great. It was my first experience with one of those. He had picked it up at what's it called? The Armory when they were open, when Kink used to be here, but they're not here anymore.
Uh, have you had
Yeah.
any dangerous encounters at all? I mean, if not, that's good. That's like
Yeah,
you.
no,
That's really lucky.
not, I mean, look, I've been in places where I felt uncomfortable, but I've been really lucky. You know what I mean? There's no other way to put it because everybody's smart. You know what I mean? And everybody like pays attention to what's happening. I've just been lucky. Yeah. And
Yeah.
now in my personal life outside of work, have I had shitty sexual experiences and been like raped and stuff? Of course, because I'm a woman and that happens to like everybody, I feel like. But as far as work goes, I've been really lucky. I haven't had anything terrible, anything too crazy. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah.
an instance at like Exotica a couple years ago where like a producer who said that there was like a whole thing where he said he didn't have the MGen and then he said he did and then he like put us in the spot and like had us suck his dick and there was a whole thing and I talked about it on Twitter and it was like that. But I mean, I have yeah, I've been lucky.
So you do, I guess, do you do your own content, like
I
OnlyFans
do.
or?
Yeah, I do. Well, here's the thing. I'm a terrible marketer. Like terrible. I am not interested. Like I tried to be into social media and I like tried to do it. You know what I mean? But like, dude, it's just not for me. So I don't sell a lot of content. You
I'm
know what
not
I
big on
mean?
social media either, but that's one thing you're gonna have to learn if you
You
wanna.
have to. I know.
Yeah.
That's why for like the last year or so, 6 months, I've been like doing bar work pretty much, like exclusively been bartending. Um, but now that I'm back in the Bay, like there's a lot of people I want to film with and trying to figure out how to make it a good like side hustle for me without having to sell content, which is why I'm like full service sex work is kind of where it's at. Because I'm not
How
a
long
good
have you been
promoter,
doing
but
the
we'll see.
content part for?
I did it, I would say, for a solid year and a half or 2 years. I mean, I still have a website up, um, but I haven't filmed with anyone in a while. You know what I mean? I've got some like friends here who aren't pros who I'm definitely going to like start making content with and feed it back to the guy who does my website to get some stuff up on it. But I've really just been lagging. It's hard. I mean, do you make content?
I don't.
Dude, it's a hard hustle. It's a hard hustle for not a lot of money until you start making a ton of money. Like, I feel like I'm okay at it. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people want to work with me and people like me and whatever. You know what I mean? It's cool.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time selling shit. I guess my shit sells for other people too. So we'll see. I really enjoy it though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know you said I should did it for a year and then you took a step back for 7 months. Like, what was the reason
Yeah.
for the step back? Taking that
Yeah,
hiatus.
that's the reason. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely money is the reason.
oh,
You
okay,
know what I mean?
gotcha. Yeah.
it's expensive. You got to travel, and even when people are paying like, say they're paying you $1,000, right? And so you still got to pay for your testing, which in Ohio is like almost $400. And then you got to
Mm-hmm.
pay to get there. And you know what I mean? And put yourself up while you're there. A lot of people will let you stay in the room that they rent for to film in. But still, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? It's expensive. It's not a, it's a hard hustle. I wasn't very good at it. I wasn't really good at the hustle part.
When did you get started? I guess what was the day that say like you decided to do this?
I
Or
had found I was on Sexy Job. I mean, look, I was on Sexy Jobs a lot, and so I
what a sexy
someone
job.
reached out. Oh, sexyjobs.com.
Yeah, I never heard
You
of
can
it.
find a lot of work on there. It's like people post who are looking for like cam girls or people to shoot with. I found a bunch of
Oh,
people to shoot with on there. Not a
oh,
bunch,
okay.
but handful. You know what I mean? You can find producers on there and stuff, and you could advertise on there that you have a show, and you could get people to respond to your thing. Actually,
No,
that's a good
I'll check it out.
sexy.
Okay,
Yeah, sexyjobs.com. Yeah, that's actually
okay.
yeah. That would be perfect for you. But yeah, I was on Sexy Jobs, and this dude, Chazzy of Chazzy's Angels, who is a shady motherfucker, but we'll skip over that part. He reached out to me and was looking for people to make content, and he would help promoting you. And yeah, that was the whole deal. And so I was like, okay, that's cool because it was you could do like solo stuff from home, you know what I mean? And then he'd advertise you, and it was cool. And he helped edit your videos or whatever, low level editing, but edit. And I signed on with that, and then went to my first Exotica and met some people there. And then, yeah, eventually
Okay.
got to work with people I was really excited about, like Billy Pilgrim and Misty Rain. You know what I mean? People that I
Yeah.
thought were really cool and I was happy. But yeah,
I guess with the full service sex work, I guess
that was just content making. Yeah.
just content making.
Yeah.
Have you ever dealt with orgies or
I
been in sex
mean,
parties?
I have been to sex parties and orgies for fun. I have not filmed an orgy. I've not filmed a gangbang. I've done like three dudes with myself. I did a shoot for Desperate Amateurs, which was three dudes and me, which was fun, really fun. I had a great time that day. Um,
What's fun about it?
but not a full orgy. I mean, look, the more the merrier, right? Like, there's the more the merrier. Um, yeah, I would like more rather than less. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's fun to do. Group sex of any variety is definitely my preference to one-on-one. I like more people. More people, more fun. More women, more men, more whatever. More humans.
It's more of the connection part with different people, or is it just more so the pleasure part of
Yeah,
it? Just
it's also it's more I feel like it's more fun just to play with more people. You know what I mean? You get a bigger variety, what's going down, you know what I mean? We're not all good at the same shit. So, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah.
Not all dicks are the same, you know what I mean? It's nice to have a variety all in one little sitting.
How was it for your first sex party? Like, can you paint the
I
picture
mean,
for
it's a
that?
little,
I never
right?
been to
It's
a
a
sex
little
party, so
nerve-wracking. Huh?
what's that?
I said, I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking. You know what I mean? It's a little like you're like, am I gonna like it? Is my partner gonna like it? You know what I mean? All that stuff.
So how
But
does that
it's
work?
fun.
Can't anybody just come in, or you have to know somebody that knows somebody to get to those type of parties?
Yeah, typically because you don't want a bunch of strangers. You know what I mean? Everybody, I mean, some people do, but you gotta, I mean, you want everybody to be tested and I don't know. You know what I mean?
Do they have to throw their phones in a bag or put their phones away?
I'm less of like a swingers club kind of gal and more of like a pre-arranged event kind of gal, you know, with all the people I know. Because if you
Yeah,
get something, then you can't make porn. You know what I mean? You kind of
yeah,
gotta know who you're playing with and what's going on. And it takes a lot of, then you like can't work for a long time. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah, you gotta be really safe. So it's different than real life. You know what I mean? In real life, you can just be fucking whoever you want. You know what I mean?
I've never been to a sex party, and I'm pretty sure there'll be a lot of listeners who probably never been to a sex party. Is probably would be curious to understand
Well, I
how a
mean,
party like that
generally
happens. Do you
there's
just
like
walk in? Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
I mean, so the parties that I have been to have been with friends that I know, and we're all tested, and you show up, and there are generally rooms or one room with a lot of areas of like couches and, blow up mattresses and chairs and different areas to have sex different ways, play with each other, watch each other, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Masturbate to each other. There's generally lube around and wipes and you know what I mean? And you just kind of walk in and chat and who you want to fuck and who you're comfortable with and you know what I mean? Everybody knows why they're there. You know what I mean? You're
yeah.
not coming, you know why you're there. You're turned on by the time you get there. I am. You
Yeah,
know
that's
what I
what I'm
mean? I'm
wondering. I'm
excited.
picturing like, dude, as soon as you walk through
Yeah.
the door, it's time to fuck now. Like I'm ready to go into this room and fuck, or is it more so let's chat, have a
I
few
mean, it
drinks,
can be,
play some
right?
cards,
It
and then we
it
go?
can be. Yeah, like I can think of people like if we happen to be in the same space, you know what I mean, that I don't see all the time or whatever, that I would be very happy to skip the chatting and go right to dick sucking. Yes.
Oh,
I
okay.
like to suck dick. I love
Why
to
is
suck
that?
dick. Um,
Why do you love it so much?
I mean, I like giving. I am a giver by nature, you know what I mean? Um, and I like to be like a good girl, you know. So yeah.
Do you do a lot of the BDSM stuff, or is it?
I do in my personal life, that is my preferred way of playing. Yes. Yeah, I mean anything in the DS type arena would be my preferred way of playing. Um, but I don't play that way with everybody. You know what I mean? I have partners that I just have very vanilla sex with, and that's okay too. I like all different things from different people.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like you can't count on one person to give you everything you need. I like to have a variety.
yeah. So, with your content, are you getting back heavy on your content now, or you not really
Yeah,
gonna?
yes. So I've been talking to a friend in Chicago. Her name is Candy Kitty. Um, I'm really am going to try and figure out a way to work with her. Billy Pilgrim and I are trying to figure out a way to work together soon, but he's in Atlanta. Um, there are a couple people here that I hope to reach out to and see if I can make some content. And then I have friends who are interested who don't necessarily do that um but like full time or ever, but are willing to try it out. So we'll see. But yeah, I mean, I'm preparing to get back into it. I have to go back to Ohio briefly for like 2 months. So I'm gonna take care of help some family out there. But when I get back, I intend to fully jump right back in. Yes.
Have you ever dealt with a stalker? Or
Mm, no, no. Um, no. I wouldn't tolerate that. You got to remember, like, I got into, not that you, that was wrong. That was wrong. It's not that I wouldn't tolerate that because other people won't tolerate that either. That was not said correctly. My bad. I feel like I got into like making content and kind of having people know me publicly at an older age. You know what I mean? I'm 47. So I I feel like I have more awareness. Um, I'm trying to think how to say this carefully because I don't think I think that stalkers can also happen to people who are aware. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that
Yeah,
stalkers happen because you're not aware.
right.
Um, but I think there are a lot of ways to protect yourself as well. You know what I mean? Um, so I've been pretty good about protecting myself and I've been lucky.
Yeah,
But I don't, you know what I mean? When I'm in a place, I don't say what place that I'm in. You know what I mean? People know an area where I'm at. And I don't know. When I post
yeah.
on social media, I don't let, I travel a lot, so I don't let people know where I am. And I do it the best I can to, if people come off weird, if you message me and you're giving me weird vibes, even if you are straight up legit, you know what I mean? You can show me that you're legit. If the vibe is off, I'm not talking.
Yeah,
Period. I don't want anything to do with it. You know what I mean? I'm not down.
yeah.
So
What are some of the signs that you look out for to know that you're probably dealing with a stalker or maybe somebody who's not right, who might be a
not
crazy
listening
person?
to boundaries, you know what I mean? Not listening to boundaries is a big one. If I tell you, if you message me 30 times in a row, you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
always, you know, and I'm not responding or whatever, like that's weird. Stop. I don't know you. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, if I just give a like to your content and I never send you words, like, don't be trying to whatever. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just common sense stuff. Don't come at me like, I don't know, weird like spitting game. I don't know. Just weird stuff. Like we don't know each other. I don't know. People are strange on social media. They're very brave and bizarre.
right.
Social
Yeah,
media is weird.
right.
I've been
It
thinking
definitely
about
is.
like a rebranding too. So that's kind of like a thing. And I don't know how that works. You know what I mean? I want to just like I have, at this point, I have like an Instagram that is like vanilla and an Instagram that is spicy. And I feel like it would be easier if everything was just one. And I mean, my parents know what I do. So
Do they
there's
feel
nothing
about it?
who, yeah, I don't need to hide anything from anybody. You know what I mean? Who am I hiding it from? If you don't like it, don't look. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Have they ever said anything to you about what you do?
Oh, I mean, listen, my parents don't love it. They don't love it. They've asked like, "Where are you getting money from?" And I'm like, "I'm making porn." And they're like, "Don't talk about that." And I'm like, "Well, don't ask me where I'm getting my money." Like, I'm almost 50 also, like, you know, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we don't talk about it, but they know.
So when you said you used to be tied up, can you explain that experience to me? You being tied up?
Shibari, I love, so role play has gotten really popular, I feel like. Um, and I played a lot with a gentleman. Oh, shoot. On and off for probably 8 years, 10 years, who I actually found on Craigslist back in the day. And he was practiced Shibari, and he was pretty good. You know what I mean? We didn't do any lifting, no aerial stuff, but Shibari is Japanese rope play. And he would travel
Okay.
to Japan a lot. He spent half the year in Japan and half the year here. So he would travel there a lot and was learning there, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoy being restrained. I like I like to be tied up. I like to be restrained. I like to be told no. I like to be told good girl. I'm pretty submissive. I like to be told what to do. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay. And then you just
Yeah.
do whatever, and then when they're done, they would untie you, or do they just leave you tied up for hours
Sometimes they leave you
and
tied
hours, and then
up.
eventually
Sometimes they
untie
tie
you?
you to the table. You know, like we had a fun party at his house where he invited people over and I remained tied with a collar to the table. And I was just like the pet who did what they were told. Sucked dick, licked pussy, poured sake, all sorts of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anybody who wanted to do what you're doing, what advice would you give them?
I would say just do it. Anybody with a camera and a desire can make content and just start doing it. Um, I would say Twitter is the best place for advertising. You know, some of us have feelings about Twitter and Elon Musk. So um, I'm kind of taking a break from there. But yeah, just get started. Video yourself with a partner, buy a tripod. There's editing apps, you know what I mean? Like CapCut is a real easy one to use when you're getting started. There's one that combine there's all sorts of apps. You can download them and like make your videos and just start advertising yourself. And people will
Yeah.
watch. That's what I did. Or go to sexyjobs.com and find somewhere, be smart. If they tell you they're going to pay you like an exorbitant amount of money in the beginning, they're lying to you. You know what I mean? You're not going to make a lot of money. Make sure you're getting tested. Make sure they're getting tested. Don't film with anybody who doesn't ask to see your tests and doesn't show you tests. Make sure you're getting tested. That's my main advice. Yeah, and have fun. Go fuck on camera. It's great.
How much should someone expect in the beginning for like the amount of money they're gonna make?
I mean, listen, the most that I personally have been paid for a shoot is $1,000 a shoot. I think it was 1,200 bucks for a shoot. But out of that, I had to do my own testing, which is 400 bucks. I had to pay for my own travel. You know what I mean? There are people who are more popular than me, definitely, who are making more money than that. There are people who probably wouldn't show up for that. I think that that's fair for me, for my level. You know what I mean? You can make your
Yeah.
rates whatever you think is fair for you. Um, Desperate Amateurs is a great company to work for, and they pay 400 a shoot. But you're in and out. You know what I mean? It's quick and easy, and it doesn't take that long, and they're good people, and it's a fun scene usually. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yeah. You have the question so people are will if they wanted to do this, they should have some realistic numbers of what they can expect to make.
yeah,
Somebody
be
may start
realistic.
out and
Don't think
assume
that
they get $5,000, $10,000 a shoot, and
yeah,
it's not.
no, it's not like no, it's not
Yeah.
like that. And if somebody tells you that, something weird's going on. Really. Something weird's up. That's not
Yeah.
normal. Yeah, that's not normal. Yeah.
Yeah. How many shoots have you done in one day?
Uh, See, I mean, like, look, I've done a handful of scenes in a day. Um, like at Exotica, you shoot a lot of scenes.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
like in your room, generally they're self shot, or you have a friend who will do camera, or you room with somebody else and you guys do camera for each other. You know what I mean? But because it's a convention, everybody's gathered together. So you do lots of scenes in one day at those sort of conventions. Um, but like paid professional scenes, I haven't had more than one in a day. Lots of people
Okay.
do two or three, I think. Yeah. I'm not like people like me a lot, but I'm not like super famous. You know what I mean? The people that like me, but I'm not young. I'm not blonde. You know what I mean? I have a good body for my age, but I'm not like, you know what I mean? I'm not like
Yeah.
a porn 10. You know what I mean? I'm cute, I'm friendly and whatever, but yeah. So it's different for other people.
Yeah. I know some of these videos, like these porn videos, they'll be like 45 minutes to an hour long. Like, how long does
Yeah.
it take to shoot that video? Does it take 6 hours, 8 hours? I heard there's different
That, I mean,
time.
I would think that would be a lot. Like, I think my longest video is with Billy Pilgrim, who's like my favorite person to shoot with. And I think our longest video is like 20 minutes and it took a while to film, you know what I mean? But I mean, it was just us doing everything, you know what I mean? Him mainly doing everything. Really, all I had to do was like, fuck and enjoy it. So yeah, it takes hours to get that
Is
much.
it,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
is it less enjoyable
Yeah, but
because
you
of
can
all the
also
stopping and
splice to
starting?
yeah, because there's a lot of stopping and starting. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? There's you
yeah,
got to get different angles from different cameras. You got to make sure the cameras are still working. You know what I mean? most of the stuff I've filmed with producers who have camera people, but most of the stuff I've done has been with um like people who are basically producing their own shit or have like a camera person and then we have our cameras set up on tripods. So there's a lot of like stopping and starting and making sure the camera's got that or you know what I mean? You got it from different angles, you know, because you want to see different angles of things and sometimes of the same thing and then you splice it together. It's still
Um,
fun though. You know what I mean? It's work, but it's still fun.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, we're coming up to the end of our interview, so I do have one
yeah,
final question before you
sure,
go. And that final
sure.
question is, what would you say would be the thing that men need to do to be more intimate, or better intimate partners with their mates? How can they be better sexually? How can they be better romantically? What do a man has to do or have to do to be
I would
better?
say, well, we'll start with better romantically. I
Okay.
mean, it's the little things, right? Just do little things and pay attention to your partner. But sexually, make sure you do some research on like a woman's body. You know what I mean? As an adult man, it like I research men's bodies. You know what I mean? Like do
Yeah.
some research, like be like, oh, that's where the clitoris is. Oh, I wonder, I hear this could also be you know, this lip could also be sensitive, or you know, maybe she likes it if I tongue her, or you know what I mean, like all different, maybe she likes a finger in the booty, maybe, you know what I mean, learn to read the cues too, read the cues. You know what I mean? If she moans, she probably likes it. You know what I mean? If she's backing away, it probably doesn't feel good. But I mean, really, study the human body and understand how it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I
And
think that's
touch
good
yourself
advice.
too, so you can direct your partner as well. You know what I mean? Direction is good. Everybody likes direction. Yeah.
I agree. That was good advice. Well, thank you again, Kimmy, for coming on. I really appreciate it. I hope you have a great day. Hopefully, we could chat sometime soon in the near future again.
I
That
would
would be
love
also
it.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're so cool. Have an
You
awesome
too.
day.